Alright guys, Casey's Nation here. So, yeah, it's been a while since I've uploaded a video lately. And that's mainly due to my fault and mainly due to schoolwork and a lot of other things. But hopefully I'll get back to making more videos. So it's been a good while since I made a video. I think last time I made a video it was, I don't even think there were leaves on the trees, and now all the trees are in full bloom, so that's fun. But what I decided to do today, since I hadn't made a video in so long, I just had a feeling to make one, so I figured I'd show you my go-kart thing I've been teasing or hinting at or talking about on the channel every now and then. So yeah, let's get to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this tarp thing off of it, so I can let you see it. It has just finished raining out, so it's a little wet outside. This is so that stick was so water doesn't pool up. So yeah, this is it. It don't look like much, but hell, it's fun in it. It goes a good decent speed. It's got good pulling power. Basically all this was it was originally, it's part lawnmower, part go-kart. The engine and drivetrain is all lawnmower, and then the rest, the framework and the steering and the front end and all the other stuff, is part go-kart. If you can understand that. So basically what happened was, I first started off with a rear-engined lawnmower. And what I was going to do is I was going to turn that into a go-kart by just elongating it. But eventually, over time, I never got around to doing it. So I wound up one day obtaining a go-kart frame. And so instead, I just cut the lawnmower in half. If you can see underneath the seat here, part in the bag so the seats don't get wet. That frame underneath the go-kart ends right there, and it's bolted onto the frame by 4 bolts with 2 cross members, if you can understand all that terminology. It's powered by a 5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton. I got a little fancy little air filter on it because the original one is missing and it required some different thing. The one downside to having a lawnmower is the rear tires are, the width is smaller than the front tires. The front tires are wider apart than the rear, and it makes it a little bit harder to steer, but it's all good fun. I had to take and build off the exhaust. This little thing here is just put in there for so when it rains, the exhaust sticks out when it rains, and so the exhaust doesn't fill up with water. Basically, it's just a 1-inch tubing exhaust, and just something typical, the typical universal stuff you can find at Lowe's or any hardware store. Then what I've put on it is I put on like a toolbox I got at a thrift store for like a couple bucks. I basically just keep a couple things in there, a little bit of rope, some extra bolts, some pliers, some screwdrivers. We do a lot of bamboo harvesting in this area, if you can notice over there, and some of my older videos I use a lot of bamboo for things, so I figured I'd put that little $5 or $10 Coleman folding saw in here, just in case we go bamboo harvesting. It's got a for the shifting, this thing has full forward and reverse and neutral capabilities. And what I did for the shifting linkage, since the original one is gone off the lawnmower, is this is I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know if I have one. Here's one. If you guys can see that right there, that's the shaft off of a weed eater. Well, that is essentially the same thing right here, except this is a shifter. push it all the way back to go in reverse, and pull it all the way forward to go fast, or go forward. This go-kart frame was originally a like a touring cart or something. It was one of those carts that are like off the ground by 2 inches. And what I mean by that is the front spindles, as you can see, are real large, and the go-kart's off the ground by a lot. Those there, this pole here that goes down and hooks into the wheel, those came off a lawnmower. Actually, the lawnmower that the engine came off of. And the reason why I have those on there than the original go-kart spindles, which I have here, these are the original go-kart spindles, is these are really, really short, and I don't have wheels for this. And but basically these would have fit right in here, or something like that, would have fit right in there. This little pocket right here, it would have fit in there, and it would have been off the ground by 3 or 4 inches, depending on how wide your tire is. For the most part, I really didn't spend a lot of money on this at all. I spent probably $30 max. That was and that was for the exhaust, the air filter, and the steering wheel. And that was really pretty much it. Everything else I had readily available to me, and whatnot. So that was the go-kart. I'll do some riding shots of it later in some later videos. It's real muddy out right now, and I'm out of gas. So yeah, these things run on gas, can't run on air. Although I did have a lawnmower that would run on like vapor from an empty tank forever, but she doesn't work at the moment. Alright, I'm rambling. It's been Casey's Nation. I hope you had a fun time watching my videos, and rate, subscribe, and do what you do. Peace.